Oh, hi. Come on in. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing how to get better, consistent sleep. By the end of this video, I want you to understand why sleep is important, how you can get it, and some of the impacts that it can have on your life, your work, and your relationships. I get 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night on average. I don't know who to thank most besides God himself for my good sleeping habits. Certainly, I think my parents helped me understand the importance of sleep from a very young age. They also said that I was a self-soother, which I'm glad they helped guide me towards that. Quick disclaimer, I'm sharing my personal experience. I'm not a medical or health professional, so you should absolutely consult one if you have specific questions about sleep, its impact to your life, and your plan for making improvements. It's ridiculous how I'm able to convince myself that sleep is less important than it actually is. Okay, let's talk about why sleep is important, how you can get it, and some of the impacts that it can have on your life, work, and relationships. Why is sleep important? Well, it's your body's ability to heal itself, and that can be mentally or physically. We are designed to have several hours every day where we are lying down, our muscles are able to repair themselves, injuries have an opportunity to heal, and our brain can shut off from all of the processing it has done throughout the day. Wait, it makes sense for a lot of reasons, doesn't it? When I would stay up late because my body wasn't able to get a chance to shut down and restart, it needed continual energy and fueling from some other source. So I found myself getting hungry and wanting to snack. These late nights lend themselves to cravings for foods that are not the healthiest. That just compounds the trend towards weight gain. Stress can send your body into a stressed state. Again, it hasn't been given the opportunity to heal and recharge, and this is a significant stressor. That stress can manifest in many ways, not only in how you feel mentally and physically, but how the world around you receives you. You'll feel tired, moody, and unprepared. Clear thinking. You're bound to have cloudy judgment when you don't get enough sleep. There will be impacts to your decision making. We won't make the best decisions. In fact, it may become hard to even do otherwise easy things like cleaning up or making a phone call. A few years ago, I was working a really challenging job and I was overloaded with work. After a long day, I ended up staying up the entire night trying to get everything done. In the morning, I got in my car to go to work, and that is one of the most unwise, dangerous decisions I have ever made. I could barely see straight. I was so exhausted. I noticed I was dozing off, and I was having trouble staying in my lane. To this day, I thank God that I did not crash and die. People at work could tell I was exhausted, and when they had heard that I had stayed up all night and drove into work, I was told to never do that again. And I'm grateful that in this situation, those around me discouraged that kind of reckless behavior. But if you don't have people like that, you have to keep yourself accountable and do what's best for your health and the safety of those around you. I now understand why similarities have been drawn between driving while you're under the influence of alcohol versus driving while being sleep deprived. How can you get more sleep? Well, first, have a consistent schedule. An example I have followed that has worked well for my schedule is to go to sleep by 9 p.m. and wake up by 5 a.m. I know myself well enough to understand that this may mean that I try to lay down and close my eyes at 9, but I might not actually fall asleep until 9:30. This also means that I am setting my alarm to wake me up sometime between 5:30 and 6:30 a.m. so that I can get closer to my 8-hour target, and to provide enough of a time frame for my sleep app to wake me up as naturally as possible. I really enjoy my sleep app, which I will provide an image of the app logo in the corner. By the way, this video is not sponsored by this app. I just really like it. The features that I find really helpful are the alarm that you can set to gently wake you up in the morning by trying to avoid your deepest sleep and wait a few minutes till when you're closer to your more natural awakeness. I really enjoy the log that it keeps of my nightly sleep percentages, the chart of when I'm hitting my deepest sleep. It records my snoring so that I have better analytics of the quality of sleep I may or may not be getting. By the way, turn off lights, put on some white noise, and create whatever optimal sleep environment works best for you. I have blackout curtains, which I rarely need, but they can be helpful if you have problems with random lights shining in through your window, like back here, throughout the night, or you have an unusual sleep schedule during daylight hours. Avoid eating right before going to sleep. Don't give your body this extra work of digesting your food or your drink right as you're trying to go to sleep. This is going to make it harder to fall asleep and to stay asleep. So I drink a lot of water earlier in the day from the first time I wake up, and I try to stop drinking water at least an hour before I go to sleep. So this helps me avoid the problem of waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. Keep in mind that if you're at a place in your life where you genuinely cannot get this amount of sleep on a regular basis, there's hope. There are a few scenarios where you can still work towards your sleep goals. For example, those who are very young or very old will tend to sleep more, and actually young children have a greater amount of hours required to sleep for their little bodies to grow. You also might just be in a chapter of your life where you are either caring for an ill loved one, you yourself may be going through some health challenges, you may have experienced the loss of a loved one, you may be a new parent with a baby who is not sleeping through the night. And whether it's a joyful or a sad reason for this chapter, keep in mind that it is hopefully just a chapter, and it will end in time. Now, with that said, here are some of the impacts that it can have on your life, work, and relationships. In life, you can better plan the things that you want to accomplish in your home. When you run errands, you'll remember to check the mail on the way out, to think about your budget as you plan to get things from the grocery store. You'll pause to revisit and to add to the life goals that you have, and you'll do more than just jot them down somewhere and put them in a drawer. Instead, you'll consider the ways that you can make them a reality. At work, you'll be more creative, innovative, and strategic. You'll consider new ways of doing things. You'll look at your calendar and figure out what you have coming up to be mindful of what you need to prepare for. You'll align your objectives with the work that you're doing, and you'll consider the adjustments that you need to make. Your interactions with your coworkers will be more pleasant because of what kind of energy you bring to the table. You'll be more confident as well. What about your relationships? Well, when you've taken care of yourself, you can better serve your relationships. You can be more creative in how to be thoughtful and caring to those you love. You can be more present with them. Your mind won't be elsewhere. You won't be distracted looking at your phone. You'll remember those birthdays. You'll remember to check in on that friend who needs a little extra encouragement. And you'll make better decisions on the company that you keep. In the hopefully rare occasions where you find that a relationship is toxic, you will be able to pull yourself away from that in a kind and respectful way. Well, I hope that these examples of how to get better sleep and the reasons why and the wonderful impacts that it can have on your life has been a helpful and encouraging video for you. And if you enjoyed this, please do give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe for more great information. And until then, take care and stay well.